Hey, hey Facebook fans. Hi everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday again, episode 2. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you appreciate it. We're going to talk about step 2, having something greater than yourself to help you to get back in your, with your sanity. I'm going to read it off to you just the way that it comes. We're going to discuss that a little bit. Then we're going to just go into discussions, some real raw stuff. I want to definitely do this by the 12 steps, y'all. You know what I mean? Because I definitely want to try to help and touch the still suffering, addicts and alcoholics. You know what I mean? As well as us conversating to get, your loved ones, the family members to understand, what we go through. And maybe it can help you to understand, your family, or whoever in your family suffering, or even yourself, to help you to get to understand it. Hey, Nina. I am so excited. Again, I have to say that every time I come on, because I just love this, and I love what I do for as sharing my strengths and hopes, so it can help some people, and help people like myself who are addicts, what I mean, even functional addicts and recovering addict. I am considered a recovering addict, what I mean? But most importantly, I am still an addict. And that's something that you have to understand or learn to understand. Okay? I'm going to try to wait for a few more people to come on. You know what I mean? Give it a little minute, and just talk and narrate as I am. I want you guys to know that I'm a person that I have to be moving pretty much. I don't want to make anybody feel like I'm sitting here clinically on you. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have to speak that's a little bit more real, a little bit more raw, in these conversations as they will be coming, so hang in there with me, I don't want to get too graphic, but in some senses I'm going to have to, you know what I mean? Because this is definitely the language of a recovering person, speaking to another suffering person who's trying to get help and trying to get better, and this is what I mean by this is our language. And I don't want to make you feel like you're sitting in the office clinically. You know what I mean? I want to make you feel like you're sitting in my sitting room with me and we just getting it in. And we talking about this thing, grown up talk, real raw and real live, So I'm going to, in some of these episodes, it's going to, change up a little bit because like I said, I get real emotional. It's like my high for the day. You know what I mean? When I'm speaking about, this beast that is just hurting us and killing us and destroying us, and our children's and our families and our babies, so, being educated on why we so distant and so messed up and can't feel you or understand you is something that I think everybody should know or get to know. Okay. I'm going to go into the second step. I'm going to read the second step, and then we're just going to talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm always sharing on the I, so understand that. It's just something that we do. Again, I explain this every episode. We have to keep it on ourselves, but we can discuss it, with you. So it's not like, just all about me, because I'm okay with it. I could talk all about it every day, all day, but it has to be kept on me because I don't want it to be misunderstood because this is what works for me. You know what I mean? And what works for me may not work for you, so I'm hoping that some of it, can reach out to you, and it can work for you, so here we go. Second step. I'm going to read it straight from the book because I want to give it to you straight from the book. And then I'm going to give it to you straight from the heart. Step 2. We came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. And you notice that it said we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves can help restore our sanity, basically. You know, we say a power greater than ourselves because, you know, my power is my higher power. You know, I chose God to be my power. You know what I mean? Because I reconnected with him. These 12 steps helped me to reconnect with God. And once I did that, things started flowing like poof. I understood what prayer was. It allowed me to understand what patience was. It allowed me to know that he always exists in my life. You know, even when I was out there doing what I'm doing, I just didn't feel it then because I had no emotions to work with. You know, like I said, this disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it separates your thinking from your emotions, so you're not feeling nothing. It only allows me to feel pain anyway to make me know that it exists and that I have to do what it says, you know, to feed it and stay sick, you know. So, you know, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could help store our sanity. Okay, one was sanity. We don't think we crazy. You know what I mean? You know, two, you know, we don't even think that God exists. You know what I mean? You pray, you know, you don't know what prayer really is. You don't understand it to what it really is and what it means. You know, you growing up, I was growing up in the church, went to church every Sunday, you know, on the choir, usher, all of that. But this is what my mom had me do. You know what I mean? So I never really took church in for me, like I take my higher power in for me today. You know, it's nothing greater than him. Nothing greater than him. You know what I mean? And I look at me every day and know that he exists. I look at me every day that know that my prayers has been answered. You know, and they're still being answered. I learned how to have patience and wait for prayer, that it just don't happen like that. I remember being in a rehab and I had called my sister, you know, and I had let her know where I was, my oldest sister. And I told her, I said, how do I pray? You know, I've been praying and I'm not getting no results. God don't like me. You know, God ain't doing nothing for me, which is my higher power. That's what I choose to call my higher power. You have to come to believe in something greater than yourself, as they placed it in the 12 steps, because some of us are atheists. We don't believe in it. You know what I mean? And some of us lose our faith because we don't trust in God no more. We don't trust in nothing or nobody. You know what I mean? But the voice in our head that keep us sick, you know? So I asked my sister, I said, well, how do I pray? Of course she prayed with me over the phone. You know what I mean? I'm crying, sniffing all up, big bad Trey. You know what I mean? All messed up, you know, because I don't cry. Crying ain't my thing. You know, I cry today because crying releases things. You know, for me, I learned that there's nothing wrong with crying. But my sister said to me, she said, Tracy, you have to wait for prayer. Prayer just don't happen right away. But he got it. He got it. And it's going to come to you. You just have to learn how to have patience, you know. And I said, well, I need it now, you know. The whole time, I didn't even realize that I was already being held by my higher power. I woke up every day, even though my days was miserable. I woke up every day, you know, even if I didn't want to be seen or known, you know what I mean? I slept times, not like I could and I should have been able to, but I slept. You know, when I did sleep, he allowed me to sleep for days to build my strength back up again. You know what I mean? He allowed me to eat. You know, he just covered his arms around me and shielded me, you know, and took care of me even when I didn't know that he was doing it. And I'm mad at him. I'm saying to hell with God. Ain't no God. I don't believe in God, but that was my higher power. And he helped me to restore my sanity. Again, you have to find something greater than yourself. I mean, even if it's a tree that you love very much, that you go under and you can sit and you can think, and you know what I mean, and it gives you that thing, like it's that power, like it's there for you, that belief and that understanding. Well, it would be the tree. You know, if it's a Buddha, you know, if it's a toy, I don't care what it is. It has to be something that can help you believe that this is greater than you and that can help you restore your sanity. Again, this is an I thing, you know, and it's what you believe in. You know, everything that you have to do to put that broken puzzle up here together from that crazy disease and that voice, you know what I mean? They're your pieces to your puzzle. And you have to put it together to your understanding, you know, and to your belief. Because everything about recovery in these 12 steps is like everything else. You have to come to believe in it. And once you come to believe in it, then you're going to run with it. You're going to start feeling emotions creeping in and disease getting weaker. You know what I mean? Because you're learning, you know what I mean? And you're fighting back, you know, and it had you all vulnerable, and you couldn't fight back, you know, because you couldn't think. And then on top of that, you just can't feel either. So it turns the world against you. Everything, everybody, anything, anybody. You know, so coming to believe that a higher power greater than yourself can help restore your sanity is step 2. You know, and it's some work that still have to be done from step 1, admitting, you know, so it has to be, you know, you have to admit, and then you have to come to believe, hear that, come to believe that there's something greater than yourself that can help restore your sanity. You know, I was sitting here last week and I watched this. I critique these things since I've been doing them, you know, and for me, I'm a person, I'm lively, you know what I mean? I got to move around. So I got in a stool this time, you know, to see if I could be comfortable this way, because I don't want to feel and make you feel clinically sick. You know what I mean? I want to welcome you into my humble little room right here. You know what I mean? And move around just a little bit so I can, you know, get off a little bit. You know what I mean? And do my little shout thing, because my body goes through this beautiful feeling. It's like, I say I get high and I get lit off this. You know what I mean? It's the most beautiful feeling in the world. You know, better than the high that I told you I had that I couldn't explain to you how it was. You know what I mean? It set good. It was the bomb. Oh, it can't touch this. Can't touch this, because you know what? This recovery thing, you know, allows me to know for every time that I share and every time that I can help somebody, I know that I'm helping me too, you know, and it just gives me a feeling that I can tell you what this feeling feel like. It just feel like, woo, you know, and it makes you feel so good. You know, it's a beautiful feeling, and it's mine. You know, it's all mine. You know, again, this is based on the I, you know, and it's what works for me to help put this puzzle back together and continuously helping to put this puzzle back together again. Okay, so finding a power greater than yourself is very, very important. You know, I mean, it just don't say, okay, I found it. You know, I think it's it's that book right there, you know, or it's God. You have to come to believe in it. And believing in it is the truth, because the truth is going to set you free. So everything I say and everything I connect in this all is like a connection. You know what I mean? Because it's like building a Build-A-Bear. You got to put this puzzle back together. You're crawling right now, you know, before you start walking. You know how a baby, you know, get on the floor, can't crawl, stumble all around. Next thing you know, we on one knee, then they on two knees, then they all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And then you get up and you start walking. This is what this life is all about. So it's starting it all over again, crawling before walking. You know, this whole thing about recovery starts with you and it's going to end with you. All of it, you know. So everything that we done is what was started. You know what I mean? Everything that we trying to fix and get healed from is what we do today. You know, based off of what we did yesterday, we do better today. You know, you have to learn how to feel great about when you've done something better than you did yesterday. You know, yesterday is yesterday, today is today, and tomorrow we look forward to even getting greater, even getting better. You know, so I want the families, I want you guys to know and understand how this thing ticks in our head. So you could get to see and understand how this is happening to your loved one. One thing I can tell you for sure, disease does not discriminate, and it doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care the age, it doesn't care the race, it doesn't care about the creed, it doesn't care about anybody or anything. Once it locks down, this is just what it do. It will send you to jail, institutions, or death. This is the only 3 ways to live with this thing. You follow? So, finding a higher power greater than yourself. You know, it's just, it was hard. It was hard to trust God. You know, when I finally said, well, I'm a believing God. My mom talked to me. You know what I mean? My group in the rehab talked to me. People in NA and AA talked to me. You know what I mean? And I seen how much it worked for them. You know what I mean? So I just started believing that it'll work for me. You know, this is what we all there for. We all there to comfort each other and understand each other as we do understand it. You know, as we do understand disease, you know, and the function of how it makes us work. You know, again, I'll tell you guys, look, try NA or AA, because it's definitely a place where you can go, you know, as a newcomer, you know, and not feel so bad, you know, being around people in a place doing things, you know. So, you know, I also had, you know, friends who actually had forgiven me and stuck by me, you know, my sisters, you know what I mean? My mom, you know, people on the block down the street, you know, it just started coming back slowly but surely. You know, did they really trust me? No, but they gave me another chance, you know, to trust me. You know, does that make you feel some kind of way? Hell yeah, it make you feel some kind of way. Because you still feeling, because the disease in your head telling you, oh, they don't trust you for real. You know what I mean? They just putting up with you. You know, the main thing they thinking is she'll be right back out there again. You know, that's how we go, you know, our kids and we go to jail. You know what they say? You'll be back. You know, words are vicious. Words are so powerful. It's vicious, and it will take your disease, and your disease is already open to it, and your higher power ain't fully functioning in you yet, because you haven't come to believe in it yet. So you don't have the power or the strength to say, you know what? I know I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna prove it to them. Some of us do. Some of us do prove it, and we don't go back. But probably 88% do. You follow? Because we don't know how to handle it. You know, we don't know how to be in touch with our higher powers that may have a work for us. So we blame the higher power all over again. You know what I mean? I knew this shit didn't work. I knew this wasn't it. And y'all look, I know some words gonna come out my mouth, but I'm gonna try to keep it as minimal as I can, because this is our language and this is how we understand. I can't be preppy, you know, on some of the things that I say. I have to be real and I have to be raw, because that's how you're going to understand it. You know, sometimes there's no other words that I can say that I can help you understand, you know, as an addict, because this is our world. You know, it's a world that we revolve in, you know, and you guys are on the outside looking in and don't really understand it. All you see is crazy. All you see is she all messed up. You know what I mean? And she done now. She ain't never coming back. I heard all these things when I was out there. You know what I mean? But guess what? I came to believe in a higher power greater than myself. You feel me? I got to stand up sometimes. Greater than myself, that has helped me to restore my sanity. You know what I mean? And I'm back. You know, I'm back stronger than ever. You know, loving God. You follow? For me, loving him. You know, and today I can say it's forever. Today I can say it's always. Today I can say it lives inside me. You know what I mean? Today I can say I'm grateful. Today I can say hallelujah. You know, today I can say thank you. You know, thank you, thank you, thank you. You follow? Before I was like, F you, F you, F you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a big giant step, you know, to have an understanding of a higher power greater than yourself. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now I got my boxing gloves on. I got my strength up now. You know what I mean? And I'm still following my steps. And I surrender. You know what I mean? First two parts of the step just amp me up. Then it was being around people, places, and things. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling this way. But in the eyes of people, you know, still wasn't trusting me. You know what I mean? Because my behaviors was so outrageous. It was so non-trustable. You know what I mean? Today I can understand that. Then I couldn't. You know what I mean? Today I didn't realize that you are the victims and I was the victimizer. You know what I mean? We are the victimizers. We victimize everybody and everything around us because we don't know how to do anything else. Once your thinking is disconnected from your emotions, you know? So when I'm being told you this, you that, don't nobody want you around, you can't come over here no more and all that, hey, look, I'm feeling like I'm the victim. Like you coming at me. You know what I mean? But it's all my behaviors and all my things that I've done, you know what I mean? That I have victimized you. But we don't see that. We learn that as things go along. Once we surrender, once we start getting honest with ourselves. Just because I got clean and just because I got honest with me, don't mean that you have to trust me. Not even up to this day, and it's been over 37 years. It's not even up to this day. That is your prerogative. You don't have to. You don't have to ever do that. But the most important thing is because I do. I trust me. You know, I work hard. You follow? I know how to live with people, places, and things. I have had the serenity to accept the things I can't change. I can't change nothing that I've done in my active addiction. I can't change anything that I did to you because it already happened. You know what I mean? I have the courage to change me so that I can make amends, you know, with the wisdom to know the difference whether or not you accept me or you don't accept it. You follow me? If you are, send me a couple pink hearts because I want to know that you understand what I'm saying. And I know I talk, and I know I shift, but this is just our language, and this is how it has to be. You know what I mean? So that you can just start grabbing this. Because even though I'm going off the 12 steps, my discussion, my speaking is going to speak about a whole lot that's still going to connect with that step. Okay? So, you know, again, you know, finding a higher power greater than yourself. You know what I'm saying? That can help you restore your sanity. You know, it is something that is very much needed in your change. It's very much needed in your change. And a lot of us is lost from it. Again, I'll say that again because I was totally disconnected, you know, but, you know, I'm connected today. You know, one of my rewards is I'm very connected today. You follow? I pray for all the still suffering addicts and alcoholics in this world. I pray for this world. You know what I mean? I pray because praying feels good. You know what I mean? I pray because I know there's a higher power who's hearing me. You know what I mean? As he's hearing you. You follow? To help you, you know, restore anything that needs to be restored in you. And this is for any addiction. This is for gambling. This is for stealing. This is for any addiction. I don't care what it is. You know, it's there. He's there. You know, whatever you choose to be has to be there. And it has to be here for you to feel that and here for you to know that. You know what I mean? So like I said, one can't work without the other. And that's the thinking and the emotions. You know, so the truth is the connection. The truth is what magnifies that. The thinking and emotion. And then when you get that thinking and emotion together, then the pieces to the puzzle start coming to you. They start coming to you slowly but surely. You know what I mean? You might get a little piece in that puzzle. You know how you're doing a puzzle? You might get a little piece in that puzzle that look like it goes here because you done put this big ass puzzle together so big, and you know how our eyes and our brains get tired of it sometimes. And you might say, goodness gracious, I gotta finish this puzzle. There ain't that many pieces over there. So you squeeze that piece in there and make it fit. That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to get stinky thinking. That's what we call it. We don't want to get stinky thinking. You know what I mean? Because when that piece go in, it's not going to be easy coming out. You know what I mean? And it may get stuck. You know what I mean? We call that relapse. You follow what I'm saying? And then you back where you started from, you know, in your addiction because you can't get the piece out because you got tired. You know what I mean? You got frustrated because this disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it's going to battle you as you battling it. You know, one of us got to win. You follow what I'm saying? So you got to keep your strength. You got to keep your faith. You got to keep speaking with that higher power. You got to keep believing in the prayer that this thing is working for me. You know what I mean? You got to overwhelm this disease because I tell you, it's the battle of your life. It's the battle of your life. It's the worst fight you'll ever have. I know it was for me. The worst fight I ever had that whooped my butt, tore my ass up. Look, this thing I could not win until I got the help to learn how to fight it. I didn't care about not being around my family. I didn't care about, what people were saying or what they was thinking. Actually, I didn't even think they saw me, to be true. And I didn't even think that they, it mattered to anybody, but hell, it mattered to everybody. They were saying so much stuff about me that it was making me mad, making me angry and making me get more in the dark and blind. This is a big hole that was in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to walk around the hole. I kept walking in the hole. You follow? Because I didn't know how to walk around it. I could not walk around this hole, this dark hole in front of me, down the same street every day. And I walked in the hole, not around the hole, until I found these tools to work with and I found something to believe in that can help me. I learned how to listen. So I can hear what people are trying to help me to do. And then I was able to see, and start getting a grip in myself because I can now hear you because I'm listening to you. Disease will lock it down. It locks it down. You don't hear nothing that you don't want to hear. Nothing. It's like walking dead alive. You just don't hear it, don't see it, don't care, can give two damns about anything. But when I came to believe in a higher power greater than myself on step 2, I was so proud of me. You know what I mean? I was proud to even admit that I had a problem. And then I felt really good about that. Then I started feeling good that I was able to believe that there was a God. You know what I'm saying? For me. You hear me, granddaughter? Got my granddaughter in here with me today. They didn't know a lot of these things about me, but they need to know. I want them to know. Because, see, people, places, and things is vicious. It could be somebody else telling them. You know what I mean? But I'd rather them get it straight out the goose's mouth. You follow? Because I don't want them to follow the footsteps that I did. You know what I'm saying? I want them to do better. I want them to understand that life is for you and it's out here. You know what I'm saying? You get one day at a time just like everybody else. Use it greatly, be happy, smile, you know what I mean? And don't get into the nonsense of society. And that's what I couldn't wait to get into, y'all. Society. Oh, I'm telling you, society is vicious. It's your worst drug, too, in the world. Society is where I picked up all of this. Where I picked up everything that I was doing was in society because I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to be somebody. I wanted to be out there and I wanted to be cool and I wanted to be sharp and I wanted to be able to smoke and I wanted to be able to get high and I wanted to be able to go in the bars. I wanted everybody to know who I am out there in this wicked society that turned me out. Turned me out. And it's turning our children out. And it's turning our children out. You understand? It got us out there doing all kinds of shit because the shit was placed out there for us to be out there like that. Everything was put there. You know what I mean? Let's separate these people, from their dads and their moms. Let's make rules where we live. You can't live with a man. You can't have a man in your house. You know what I mean? Baby's daddy or not unless you're married. Little rules that go back and back into the generations of our grandparents and parents. You know what I mean? Then they put the drugs out there for us. Then they put the guns out there for us. They just got everything placed the way they want to be placed because we have already been mentally messed up. You know what I mean? Out here not thinking about life in real life. We thinking about the party, have fun, do this, do that, and be somebody. You know what I mean? Even the so-called functional addicts. You know what I'm saying? That plans to get high. You know what I mean? Can go to work and can do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But still you doing dope. What is that? And I'm not telling you to bust your bubble. I'm just saying it because I know it's the real deal. I'm just saying it because I know it's the truth. I know that, this disease is mild and it'll get you any way it possibly can. You follow? You don't have to believe that it's a disease, but it is. Anytime you want something that can take you out your element, and make you feel another way. Hey, today I feel all of that. I feel happy. I can feel sexual. I can feel like a mother. You know what I mean? I can feel like I can go to a club and have a party. And the thing about it is, it ain't even got to be a bar. Ain't got to be a club like that. We have clubs and we have parties too. In a sober ones, when everybody is in there having just as much fun as the bar had me have fun and the clubs had me have fun. I had better fun and more fun in the NA parties and the NA dancing because everybody was sober having fun. I didn't think that could exist. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Real stuff. You know what I mean? Real stuff. You know, you got to surrender to all of this. Don't need it. Don't need it. That's why I don't go in them no more. I don't go in them. That's what I'm talking about, daughter. I don't go in them no more because I don't have to. You know what I mean? I can come to your house and have a good time, you know, but if your house got all this stuff going on that's not for me, I can leave your house, you know, and be okay with that. I ain't going to interrupt you and what you're doing. I just know it's not the place that I should be. I know it's not the people that I should be around, even though I love you. It don't make a difference. You know what I mean? Because I love me more and I have to do that. I have the wisdom to know the difference that I don't even want to get the temptation of going back to doing what I'm doing. I'm happy. I got a higher power. You know what I mean? I'm loving being a mom. I'm loving being a grandmom. I'm loving being a great grandmom. Y'all, they got me as a great grandmom now. I tell you, I told them not to do it, but they did it anyway. You know what I mean? But I'm loving it. I'm loving it that I'm here and I'm able to reach this level in my life and collect all my rewards in a sober life. Loving it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. Again, get to know some of these things about people like myself. You know what I mean? I am definitely in my recovery. You know what I mean? I am still an addict and I always will be one. You know, people say, "Oh, girl, you past that. You ain't that no more." Okay, that's fine for you to say and I appreciate that. But guess who knows the truth? Because guess what? This thing starts with me and it's going to end with me. My beliefs is what I have been taught. My belief is what I learned. My beliefs is what I come to believe in and it works for me. You follow? It works for me. And it ain't got to work for nobody else. But it works for me. So I want y'all to get to hear, you know, to really understand, you know, what this is really about. You know what I mean? You know, I'm grateful and I've been blessed that, you know, my family has taken me back in. You know what I mean? But some of you have not, you know, taken your family members back in. Some of you have not had connections with your moms and your grandmoms and your granddads and your brothers and your sisters because of this wicked ass disease that got us so beat down and you don't understand it. You just look at them like they don't even care. They don't give two shits. They out there, they know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? No, they don't. You started off knowing, but you end up a zombie. You end up walking dead. You don't know. You follow? But in your eyes, you see, you know, oh, they know what they're doing. They can stop. They just don't want to. It's not that we don't want to. It's just that we can't because we don't have no tools to work with. We have been burnt out. We have been sliced in half by the devil. You know what I mean? One devil here and one angel here. You know, the devil was whooping the angel's ass over here on this side. You know what I mean? Because we got this drug that's in us that has chemically unbalanced our brain and has taken all those little molecules up in your brain and got them all in space like the Matrix. Your brain is like the Matrix. It's all over the place. It's that broken puzzle that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I like to use these phrases so it can help you kind of see what I'm saying so you could feel where I'm coming from and where the still suffering is. It's like they in a matrix. It's all over the place. You don't know you can't grab the right pieces. You can't grab them because you don't know how. It's already floating. It's already all over the place. You know what I mean? Again, we feed ourselves drugs. We feed ourselves alcohol. So that's what our brain thinks. That's what it hungers for. You follow? We can't drink vitamin C, orange juice, and grape juice and get that real refreshing taste from it. No, it got to be dope. It got to be alcohol. It got to be whatever the drug of choice is. That's the only thing that's going to make it work. Only thing that's going to make it work. Until we learn what disease is. Again, disease is D-I-S-E-A-S-E. And you have to even come to believe that it's a disease. It really is. This is a mental disease. This is a physical disease. This is it is a spiritual breakdown. It's trauma. It is true trauma. I see you. I see you. You hear me? I see you. You know, the truth will set you free. Learning about this will help you. Learning about this will help you care more about your loved ones. You know, because we losing them, y'all. We losing them real bad. You know, and you don't want to lose them and have a broken heart. You know, you want to be able to understand them and still pray for them. Pray hard for them. Pray hard for all the still suffering out there. We have some that has been suffering so long that, you know, sometimes we say that it's not going to change. It's not going to happen. Never say never. Never say never. I know people who've been out there drinking for 40, 50 years, and guess what? They doing okay today. They doing okay today. Never say never. We can't give up on them. When the time is for them, it's going to be for them. And when the time is for you, it's now to start understanding how this disease works so that you can still help them. You can still know and let them know that you're still in their lives and you still love them. Don't give up. Don't kick them. Don't just kick them to the curb. That ain't right. But I know we do a lot of things. I know we're not trusted. I know we steal. I know we're trifling. I know we do all these things. You know what I'm saying? But they just can't stop. They don't know how. They don't know how to stop. And some come so complacent with it that they just give up and they die. They die just like that. They'll never stop doing it. This is how critical, this is how cunning, baffling, and powerful this sickness is. It is sick. It is crazy. It is so hard to defeat it if you don't have something greater than yourself to help you restore your sanity. It is so hard. Tremendously hard. You follow? So just think about it. You know what I mean? Just look at who you say they were. That person is still in them. It's just lost. It's in that dark hole. We can't walk around the hole. We walk into the hole over and over and over and over again. Not that we want to, because sometimes, you know, disease allow us to get emotional with ourselves, but it hurts so bad. The pain is so bad. You know what I mean? Being by yourself, because when you come through and you get some sober time and some sober days, man, that shit is painful. It's like you all by yourself, because everybody looking at you, that's what you think. You know, everybody talking about you, that's what you think. You know, because you care what people say about you. Hey, today, I don't care what they say about me. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names can't hurt me. Not today. And I used to fight you if you can't say something to me. I used to ready to rumble when you want to say things to me. You know what I mean? Just because it's something that you said. Well, today, I got the wisdom to know the difference. You follow? I choose not to. You follow? Because I've accepted the things I cannot change. I've learned to change the things I can and have the wisdom to know the difference. And I forgave me. I forgave me for everything I done to you. And it's some of you watching this thing that I done things to. I know I used to leave my kids on some of y'all all the time. Give me a goddamn opening. I was out. Gone. Serving society. Serving society. I'm out there, you know, can't wait to get out there in society. You follow what I'm saying? Because society gave me a high. Society was my thrill. You follow? Knowing I left the kids by themselves. Knowing I left them on you and told you I'm going to the store. You follow what I'm saying? Or I'm going to go pick up my check. Now I'm going to pay you $10 when I get back for babysitting. Shit, that was an exit. That was an exit for me. I was out and I was going. I came back when I was ready to come back with a big ass lie. A big lie, because I'm a liar. You know what I mean? I had to lie because I started lying. I can't change my lies. I had to keep my defense up for my lies. So I live my lies. I am a lie. So how can I not lie? Till I learned how to do it. When I surrendered and found a higher power greater than myself. And I found this program of the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous. And I found people who were just like me, who were surviving in this, who helped me come to believe that I can change. And I got to trust in them and I believed in them. You know, why are these people trying to help me? I don't know them from a can of paint. You know, they sharing stories like my story. I just got to surrender to my stories because I got to surrender to my truth, because the truth is what's going to set me free and allow me to come to be who I am today. So I got to keep doing this. You know what I mean? I have to do this every day, all day. I have to remember that I have to be this. I have to say these things. My prayer is the serenity prayer. I say it 24/7, especially when something try to lock me down, disease, Trey. You know, that's what I told you I call her. I call her Trey. She's in remission because that's the only place you could put this thing because she's me. You know, this sickness is me. You know, it's my inner conscience. You know, it's me. You know, and I have to know that it's me. You know, but I have to put her back. And y'all, I say you know a whole lot of times. I think that comes from my son that passed, Celine. He used to always say, y'all mean, you know what I mean? I didn't know what y'all mean meant. You know what and then when he died, I found out it meant you know what I mean. You know, and it seemed like ever since I just been saying this thing. But guess what? I guess that's just him as being in part of me. You know what I mean? Because that's another thing we're going to get into, like in, you know, living in the world of recovery, you know, and getting better with yourself, how things can happen that could take you right back out, that this disease is right there lingering so it can work on you. That's like opening up a door, losing somebody. For me, it was hard to get through that, but guess what? I believe. And my higher power loves me. You know what I mean? And I love him. You follow? And people help me. You follow? And I listened. You know, so I heard what people were saying and I was able to see to get through this, you know, but I think that's just him, a part of him in me, you know, and I don't have a problem with hearing myself saying, because really I don't even hear it, but I know you do. And it could be like, shit, always saying, know what I mean? Know what I mean? And he used to get on my nerves with it. You follow? But guess what? It's like medication for me, you know, because it works for me. It's okay for me. And that's where I have to keep it on the eye, you know. So I'll be glad when we can get to a point where, you know, we can speak to each other, you know what I mean? And you can, you know, ask some things and we can, you know, collaborate together with hearing each other. You know what I mean? I'm going to start inviting people in, you know, to sit around on the couch. That's called the couch. You know what I mean? I wish I could turn this phone and this TV around so y'all could see. You know, that's why I'm going to move around in here a little bit. So, you know, I'm going to welcome you in so you can be comfortable before you even get here. You follow? So I love having someone here. You know, for me, it's better to speak to people and be around people than to speak through this camera. You know what I mean? But this camera is a blessing. And I know that this is why I'm on it. This is why I'm on it. You follow? Because I'm still speaking to you and I'm still feeling you. I'm feeling everybody who's come through this. And I hope you feeling me. You know, I hope this is interesting. I hope this will help somebody. You know, I've been getting feedback through Messenger. You know, people are sending me things, you know, explaining some things about where they are with this and where they are with family members of this, or they wish they could have understood this, but it's helping them understand the pain that they're still living with not being able to understand it with their loved ones. You know, so this is what this is all about. You know, forgive yourself. You know, you did nothing that it doesn't take, or it that you didn't see, that you felt like you had to disconnect with your family. You know what I mean? What you just didn't know is what the sickness is. You didn't understand the sickness of where it takes us and where we are. You know, you just see what we become. You know, but you don't understand the battle and the fight that we're under, this trance. You know what I mean? Like, you know, somebody saved me. You know, today, since I've admitted and I have found a higher power greater than myself, y'all, I feel like Optimus Prime. You follow what I'm saying? Come on, because I'm going to battle you every day. I'm going to fight you every day. And I'm going to try to help people every day. You know, as I did in my career, every day I stuck with working in recovery. Every day I offer people information and education that I've learned. You know what I mean? That works for me. So I know it can work for you. All you got to do is want it. You know, I watch a lot of movies and stuff too. You know, I'll be all into all that stuff. See, I feel better this week because I could be free. I could be me this week. I can't sit here and just don't show my body language and my emotions. You know what I mean? I want you to see them. I want you to feel. I want you to see how grateful I am. I want you to see that my high has become sharing instead of using. You know what I mean? That my work is being done for the higher power that I promise that I will always give this back to. You know, I want you to see how I'm a soldier for him. I'm lit, y'all. I'm lit right now. You know what I mean? I feel good. You know how you go to church and you shout? Well, that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I'm doing. You know, and I know some of you doing the same thing. Because you're hearing some good stuff. You know, again, I have been sent some things like, you know, people want to battle me and challenge me. I ain't on here for that. I'm not telling you that you have to believe everything that I'm saying. You pick and choose out of it what works for you. And if none of it works for you, okay. But it's working for somebody else. You know, and it's for any and everybody. It's for whomever choose to learn and to listen. Whomever choose to learn and listen. You know, because this is a beautiful thing. This is needed. It is so needed. It's going to help people to unmask themselves. It's going to help people to find truth in themselves. It's offering you a guideline of something that I know that works. You know what I mean? That I can share and offer it to you because it may work for you. A lot of us been out there. A lot of us been in this predicament. A lot of us don't want people to know. We got them indoor house people that don't show and don't want people to see. But it's something about getting high that you just can't hide. You know what I mean? Because disease is not going to allow you to hide it. You know what I mean? And most importantly, you're going to feel every bit of what you're going through. And we don't think that nobody sees or nobody knows because we them in the closets. You know what I mean? We them in the closet people. You know, to think that don't nobody know they do this and do that. Girl, you comping. Man, you comping. Believe me, people know. They know. Because you're not out there running the streets and you're not out there doing what I was doing. You know what I mean? People know. People know. Because when you're under the influence, you're not even yourself. You feeling some other kind of way. Because that's what it does. And however you get your comfortability out of it is your thing. You know what I mean? Mine was hungry. I got real hungry for mine. So mine got out of order. Mine got out of control. You follow? It didn't work for me that way. I have people who said, well, I just stopped. God bless you. God bless you. And I'm so grateful that you did just stop. But what did you do? Some of us just stopped getting high. But we didn't change our thinking. We think that because we stop getting high, the job is done. Never. The thinking is what keeps you not getting high again. Changing the thinking is what keeps you right. Changing the thinking is what puts you on the straight and the narrow. Changing the thinking will allow you to find so many things out about you and receive so many blessings that you didn't even know was coming. You know what I mean? As long as you keep changing your thinking and living life in the right way and doing the right things and realizing that you're always being at it when you got as sick as I got and as sick as I am. You know what I mean? You got to come to believe in that. You follow? But at the same time, the rewards and our medications that we have that can help us today, and I'm not talking about doctors' medications. Doctors are some of your worst dealers. You follow what I'm saying? Man, they throw them pills out there and this thing became an epidemic. You know what I mean? You can't even go and keep pills in your bathroom cabinet like our moms used to do. You know what I mean? The addict will go in there and take all your Tylenols, crush them up and think they're getting lit. You know what I'm saying? This thing is vicious. This thing is vicious. Hear me, y'all. Hear what I'm saying. You know, some of us got to come out this denial. Some of us want to help, but don't know how to go get it. You know, some of us want to be right. Some of us will change ourselves, but disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. You follow? It won't allow you to do it. It'll give you a comfort time. It'll give you a time to say, oh, I'm not going to get high for a while now. I ain't going to drink. I ain't going to have no more drinks for a while. But the next time you get drunk, a drink, you get drunk. The next time you hit, you go running. Because once you temporarily stop, soon you go back, it takes you back where you left off. Because you have no control of what the chemical do. You have no control. You can only do what it say do. If you say, I'm only going to go in here, I'm going to have 2 drinks. By the time you had 2 drinks, you probably had 10 drinks. Still thinking you only had 2. How many times we been out like that? Dancing, pollygagging, doing all the having fun, having a ball. I'm not saying don't go out and have fun. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean, this is all wrong for you. It's all wrong for us who abuse it. It's all wrong for anybody who drinks and get high because it's poison. But if you can have fun with it and you can live with it, to each his own. You know what I mean? But the ones of us that can't, the ones of us that become dependent on it and use, oh man, this club is banging. I'm going back Friday for happy hour. You know what I'm saying? Well, we know what happy hour is, $1 drink. Then, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to have a whole lot more drinks than we had on Tuesday versus than when we had on Friday. And the whole time, all this poison that's going in you is fun. You out with everybody else having fun. You know? Look at some of us today that's still going to these same places, sitting in these same seats. Matter of fact, you think they're your seats. You know what I mean? You're so plastered to it. Your addiction is so cunning, baffling, and powerful, but you still having fun. You know what I'm saying? But you're still deteriorating the things that's inside you, the organs, everything that we need. And a lot of us, when we get older, because we all are, and we need those organs, they ain't working. Why? Because we was killing it. We destroyed them. And we don't even realize it because society out there having fun, you know what I mean, enjoying ourselves, but dying slowly. It's like suicide. Again, I'm not saying that people can, you know, have a time in their lives where, you know, everybody that drinks is going to become an alcoholic. Becoming an alcoholic is abusing alcohol, you know, and drugs is just bad for you, period. It's just wrong, you know, it's just poison, you know, even though it's poison that makes you feel good, you know, but then it turns you into a monster. And then we mix it, you know what I mean? We mixing all this stuff together, you know, and we start looking like what we doing. Again, alcoholics that drink look like they drink. They have this puffy, they just messed up. You know what I'm saying? Drug addicts, we out here crazy, losing weight. You know what I mean? Looking like skeletons. I know I did. I weighed 82 pounds. You follow? Walking around here nutty as I don't know what. You know, I can't say nothing about, oh, well, I wasn't that bad. It all was bad. Every bit of it was bad. Today I could tell you that. I could speak that truth. You feel me? But see, you know what? I'm having a good time. I'm feeling good. I can go on and on and on for the break of dawn. Like I always say, you know, finding a higher power greater than yourself. Let's work on that. You know what I mean? Again, y'all can get, you know, an NA book, or you can just go online and just print out 12 steps. You know what I'm saying? And work on one daily. Again, like I said, it's 12 steps. And I've been clean a very long time off of drugs. You know what I mean? Even off of drinking. You know what I mean? At this point. And I'm still on step 4. You know, and I'm stuck there because I always have to take a more inventory of myself. And we will get to that step, you know, all the time, every day, you know, because that's what keeps me in my truths. You know, so I know it's that time, y'all. We're getting real close to even going overtime, but I love this. And then people are still on here, you know, sharing, you know, and spending this special time with me right now. So next week is step 3. Okay. I hope to see everybody at 7, you know, next week. You know what I mean? I got to come down too, because I'm real lit right now, you know, because I had a great time, a good time. You know what I mean? And I hope that helped somebody tonight. See y'all next week.